Oh, you're awake?
Hello Reformers and welcome to Blade & Soul and this Warden class preview. This video is kindly sponsored by NCSoft. Now bear in mind that if you'd like to check out this game and the new Warden class itself, you can download it for free through the link in the description. This is a quick look at the Warden class, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of quests, main story quests, and see just how good the Warden is at cleaving through his opponents. Alright, so it looks like we have an attack on our hands and we are going to be defeating some Volcom warriors, and we are going to slash through everything in our path right here. Bear in mind that the Warden will use his HP to attack, and he has a special stat known as Resilience that will absorb damage for him so that he can continue to use his skills and, well, hopefully reduce the amount of damage he's taking in the meantime as well. And you can already see here that we are able to very easily slash through everything. Look at that damage. And bear in mind that I'm currently using the lightning spec. Now the lightning spec is much more the DPS spec than the other one, which is known as frost. And personally I like this just because I'm able to use my main attack much more frequently, but bear in mind that it is much more fragile than the other one. And yeah, you're gonna definitely have a lot of fun playing as this one because, well, it depends. It really depends whether you actually want to play as a DPS or whether you want to play as a tank. I can wholeheartedly say that the damage and being able to obviously me getting up, yes, me getting knocked down is great. But for the most part, you can use stuns, you can use knockdowns, you can use special skills like this. This is known as Soul Flare. Soul Flare basically makes it so that all of your allies in the area gain some kind of awakened skill. And it will empower their own abilities, and they'll have a very fun time using that. Now, the other thing that you can do as a Warden is you can go into what is known as, especially with this spec, is what is known as Frenzy Stance. And Frenzy Stance, that is something I'm going to show you in just a second, actually. I'm going to show you that right here. We can actually speak to the quest giver right now, but I'd like to show you the Frenzy spec. There we go. Oh yeah, we're in Frenzy now, and now we're going to be dealing much more damage. We're going to be able to deal many more cool abilities. And then of course we are going to go back into our normal mode, but we are going to continue to build up our blood by attacking and using various skills. And I can also build up my resilience by using certain abilities and regain my health by using certain abilities as well. So like for example my left mouse button, that is the main skill you're going to use to regain HP. As you can see, I just gained like 18,000 there or something like that. Yeah, it's a pretty significant heal. And obviously the Warden is known for being more of a tanky character, but you can deal damage if you want to. So, yeah, I think it's a very, very fun character to play. And you can already see exactly what I'm doing here. I'm using Quake, that stuns for 2 seconds. If you use it on someone that's actually casting something, then it's going to be even better because it knocks them down. Oh, we got some more Volcom here. Now, if you take a look at our skills right down here, we have a leveler that also knocks down for 3 seconds. So if you think about it, we have a stun for 2 seconds. It's AoE as well, as far as I'm aware. And we also have knockdown for 3 seconds. So technically we can, well, completely incapacitate an enemy or many enemies for quite some time. So let's actually use Quake right now, stun these guys. Try and do some additional damage. Bear in mind that Blade & Soul is a very fluid game in the way that it handles combat. And you are going to be using mostly combos. Everything has a way to combo into something else. And obviously that's a little bit of a loose explanation, but for the most part, every single ability has something else that can chain into it. And if you're already liking the look of it, I don't blame you, because when I first played this, I actually played this when it first came out. I didn't have enough time to play any more of it, unfortunately, but this class is really making me want to actually spend a little bit of time here and just get into the world itself. Yes, help the wounded. Yes, revive them. Very good. And there we have it. We have reached level 51 and we also gained a couple of wonderful things. I'm actually going to put, I think I'm going to put this on actually. It looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, like that. Ah, we're gliding into battle. Yes, we must go to the scout lookout point and we now have a bunch of these guys that we need to eliminate. Let's do it. Now, of course, we are fighting by ourselves here this time because beforehand, obviously, we are not really by ourselves, so to speak. Now, the Frost spec has something known as marks, as far as I'm aware. What is it actually? It's got this moon sparks. Yeah, I think it uses the power of sun and moon to attack enemies. And when you use certain skills, you gain those marks, and then you are able to use other abilities. Like these are the moon sparks right here, and then you can use other abilities by generating those. So if we actually go in here and actually just attack these guys, you can see that I'm able to deal massive damage. Actually dealing massive damage with this spec as well. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't really like the Frost spec to begin with, but maybe it will grow on me as time goes on. Now you can also see that our little bar down here, that's known as Resilience. That's a shielding aura that is unique to the Warden, and as you can see there, when your Resilience is gone, any damage you take from attacks will reduce your HP. So, of course, because you are using HP to attack, it's a good idea to try and replenish your Resilience as much as possible. So let's actually use one of our cool abilities here. Let's actually just get up now. Oh yeah, look at that. Now, of course, some of these abilities will have a pretty significant cooldown, but other abilities will refresh them. For example, this ability seems to reduce the cooldown of Epicenter, which is actually really nice. There's Sever, that does a lot of damage. It is possible to use this 3 times in a row, and it also stacks 1 Sunspark on first use. And that Sunspark will allow you to use other abilities. And indeed, as you can see right here, there is also a stance that you can go into, which is not Frenzy Stance. You know, it's not as vicious as Frenzy Stance, but it does enable you to reduce damage taken by 70%. So it's very much tanky right there. And you're also able to gain a whole bunch of skills that will incapacitate your opponents. So let's continue to move forward. I don't know whether you noticed right there, but I was able to use a skill known as Guard. Yes, this is actually one of the primary abilities of the Warden, and basically what it does is it just blocks all frontal attacks for 5 seconds. And then if you get attacked while you are blocking, which you should probably, then you will be able to use Reparation, which is another ability that basically deals spike damage to the opponent in a rather fantastic fashion. So if I use my other ability here, which is known as a dash, you can actually dash to the other side of opponents to potentially avoid AoEs, which you are undoubtedly going to possibly be hit by if you don't dodge them, of course. Well, we found the clue necessary, and that has led us to a Volcami den. So I can assume we're going to be entering the, well, lion's den, so to speak, and oh, we're now being attacked, of course. Now, if you're not a big fan of the combo-based system or the action kind of style of MMORPG, then don't worry, because Blade & Soul has you covered, because they actually do have a classic MMORPG mode, which basically will make it so that you will use quick bars and all that sort of thing instead of the action style of doing things that you see before you right now. And we're gonna have to help this guy. Yeah, look at that damage. Wow, that damage is crazy. There we go. Very nice. Let's speak to him. Nice amount of XP, and we also acquired a Soul Shield 5-pack. Wow, that's a very nice reward. And I'm actually going to use Soul Flare right here, so I can actually go in and just absolutely murder everything. You can see exactly how many buffs I'm running with as well on the left of the screen, and if you're overwhelmed by that, well, don't worry, because they're all helpful. Most of them are all helpful at the very least. And even when you're knocked down, you get the opportunity to counterattack almost immediately upon getting up, which is very nice. Okay, so let's go and rescue these captives. And now we must move deeper into the den with Guan alongside us. Bear in mind that this is just one of many missions. There are many side quests to do, and they all have different things related to them, obviously. And this is one of the story missions in, I think it's Act 7 or 8? Yeah, I think it's Act 8 or something like that. So there's a huge amount of content here. And, use that torch. Hello there, I have a torch. It is time to light this powder keg. Oh yeah, that's what you get. If you can't already tell, I'm having a huge amount of fun playing this. It's not a standard MMORPG. It's kind of weird to try and categorize it, because on the one hand, it has all these amazing flashy moves, and on the other hand, it's just it feels like it has a really cool story as well. So it's not like you're going to be out of luck with the script and all that sort of thing. I mean, it is very much martial arts based, if you couldn't tell already. And yeah, I'm having a whale of a time.
What's that sound?
What is that sound? Guan? Is it a big boss? I'm sure it's going to be a big boss, and I'm going to be very happy to see that, because I'd very much like to do a big boss with this class. Haven't had the opportunity to do that just yet. Yes, all of them knocked down for massive damage. Oh, they're all dead? Oh. I was like, yes, please have more HP. I'd like to continue fighting. Let's do it. Oh yeah, there we go. We're doing some parkour, but extreme parkour, shall we say. Let's speak to Guan. We're gonna enter the arena in a second, I assume. And he's dead. Absolutely dead. And we only lost 50 of our resilience. I'm actually kind of surprised about that. I thought we were going to take a lot more damage there after I got knocked down many times. I thought to myself, oh, we're in trouble. But no, the Warden was able to prevail. We are now level 52 from that quest. Go to the roadside shrine and speak with Guan. Well, I'm actually going to do that, but for this video, that is going to be it. And if you'd like to play this game alongside me, then there is a link in the description. Create your own class. There's a whole bunch of them to choose from. If you don't want to play the Warden, if it's not something for you, there are many more to select. And it's a whole bunch of fun. It's free to play as well, by the way. So yeah, if I didn't mention that before, then it is. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.